Plaintiff William Hackett says when he started dating the defendant, he had another girlfriend, but both women were okay with him having multiple relationships. William claims he and the defendant participated in the swinger lifestyle on several occasions, but they eventually broke up, and he's suing today for a car and car repairs. Defendant Devin Carroll insists she never participated in swinging with William, but he often forced her to watch him have sex with other women. Devin says William surfed the internet daily looking for prostitutes, and she's countersuing for emotional distress and a rent refund.
Start with you.
You're all right. Met Devin. I was playing bocce ball at a local park in Seattle, Washington, and she invited me to come over to her blanket and smoke a joint. And I...
True, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. So I went over to her blanket to not smoke a joint, and we hit it off. She left and came back with supplies, and we ended up hanging out for the rest of the evening and wrestled, and she broke my pinky, and I was like, holy cow, this girl does not take crap from me, and I fell in love that moment. 3 days later, we ended up at a festival down in Seattle Center where there's a bunch of crazy stuff going on. Didn't quite know, it was language I didn't understand, and we ended up getting into a dance, and at the end of the dance we were informed that we had just been wed, and we decided to go for it and stuck it out for 2.5 years. A lot of the time was good, a lot of it was tumultuous, but there was one problem when I got married to her. I still had a girlfriend that I adored, and kind of the relationships overlapped, and she was okay with that. I like women, and I was stoked, you know. Devin's a gorgeous woman. I adore her, and the fact that she would allow me to love the hell out of her and have another girlfriend was just every man's dream. And that's what Devin was for a period of time.
I'm not gonna say anything. I get criticized when people say, "Oh, you're saying at the same time."
Not with that woman, but we did have occasions.
Okay, I was just saying. But I get criticized, and I say a lot of men, that's their fantasy to have two women at the same time. Why you say that? Why you say that? Because it is. Now you all can walk around and think otherwise, but that's probably most men's fantasy. Go ahead.
I'd relate it to having a favorite ice cream. Devin being vanilla, my all-time favorite, but every once in a while I like a scoop of strawberry, maybe a double scoop of chocolate with the vanilla, but I'll always come back to vanilla.
Don't know what that might mean, but moving right along.
So time goes on and relationships become relationships, not fun, exciting newness, and we kind of wore on each other, but...
Why did you all break up?
Well, I was injured and was laid up for a while with a back injury, and
so I guess the ice cream melted after that.
Sounds like it. You were injured and had to be off.
Yeah, I had to be off work, and I was on a fixed income. I wasn't able to pretty much do anything. You know, I had...
Well, that's not true. I mean, he surfed the internet for prostitutes all the time, daily.
Did he patronize them?
On a fixed income. I'm surfing for prostitutes.
Hold on. Did he patronize the prostitutes?
Well, he would try to contact them or go to different websites looking at porn. He was at home doing this while I went to work, and it disgusted me daily when I would come home and find him. So you think he would have the prostitutes come to the home? Potentially. I have no idea. Okay. I wouldn't put it past him.
I've never used the services of a prostitute, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. And you all broke up because you say you were off your feed, and so what occurred?
The relationship deteriorated.
Why?
Well, we were doing the swinger thing for a while, and... You
wanted me to do the swinger thing, Billy. I was never okay with this, Your Honor.
But she did it.
I was uncomfortable. I never did this.
Go ahead.
You look pretty comfortable, Dev. You look really comfortable, actually.
Go ahead.
Billy, you forcing me to watch and forcing me to be in situations that I am not comfortable with was not something I never wanted a part of.
You're a strong girl. You could have said no and stopped at any time.
I did, Your Honor, and I did.
You're saying I raped you? Put you into a rape situation? That's a huge allegation, Devin.
I will say that you put me in many situations that I find to be sexually abusive, yes.
Okay.
All right. What do you want to give me some background on, ma'am, before we get to the car he's suing about?
Well, Your Honor, I met William. He was an unemployed homeless man living in his van.
Drunk, too.
I took him into my life and
Why?
into my heart.
Why?
Like he said, we fell in love very quickly, and I enjoyed his spirit for life. It was something I had not found.
What attracted you to him?
He's a free
Homeless,
spirit.
drunk, living in his car.
He's a free spirit, and I see the good in people, and I thought I could help him out of a bad situation.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
I did that. I let him live with me. I brought him into my life. And quickly thereafter, the manipulation, control, and abuse of all kinds started. And it got to a point so bad that I am fearful for my life and had to leave.
Women, and I was stoked, you know. Devin's a gorgeous woman. I adore her, and the fact that she would allow me to love the hell out of her and have another girlfriend was just every man's dream.
Defendant Devin Carroll dated the plaintiff, and she says he abused her and surfed the internet looking for prostitutes on a daily basis because he was a swinger.
He referred to you all's relationship as a marriage. Would you say that?
I'll say he really tried to manipulate me into believing it was a marriage. And at the time I said, well, if we're going to be in a marriage, then we should get married. He never
Did you all behave like a marriage?
Yes, we did. We let our families and friends know that we were married.
You all both contributed to the household, and you never really kept count of who did what?
Never kept count. If I'm in a marriage with a man that I trust, I would hope that things would never get to where we are here today.
Absolutely. Now, you broke up because of what?
I broke up because I could no longer handle the abuse daily. I have a witness who could hear it from her house.
Come on out. Come on out. State your name.
My name is Valerie Graham.
What do you want to tell me?
I am Billy and Devin's neighbor. Our homes are very close to each other.
She said, you heard the freaking from next door. How did you respond? She said. She said my neighbor could hear it.
I could hear the verbal abuse.
Oh, okay.
And every day it was the verbal abuse. I mean, I would have to turn up the volume on my TV to drown out the screaming, the demeaning, the degrading, the calling of names.
Your Honor, I'd like to clarify. It was mental, emotional, verbal, occasionally physical, and if we want to go there,
I never put hands on you once, Devin.
He has pulled my hair many times and thrown me around the room. I was waiting for the
sex,
moment.
Devin. You like it rough.
Sir, let's get to this car you're suing her about. How does she owe you for a car?
Well, I have a breakdown of the monetary on this I'd like to present to you.
Let's see it, please. So tell me.
So on New Year's Eve of 2010, we were driving up to the ski area and the car that she entered the relationship with and the motor blew. I made it a point to replace the vehicle, so we both had a vehicle to go on our adventures and she had a vehicle to get to work in. The deal was when I purchased the vehicle, paid for everything on the vehicle, licensing, tax, registration.
Your Honor, I also paid for the vehicle.
Gotcha. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I paid for everything on that vehicle.
Ahead,
I earned every penny. And I decided that it was going to be our vehicle, and I gave her half of the vehicle.
Right, Your Honor, it was a gift.
That's enough. Go ahead, sir.
Under the understanding that she would cover the insurance on both of our vehicles and pay the cash amount.
What about the repairs? Obviously, she's
the transmission went out in July of last year, and I had saved money and had the money at the time to replace the transmission. Well, I had the cash, so I paid for it. She had $200 cash, and she gave me at that time.
Okay.
She gave me $200 cash at that time.
More than that, Your Honor.
All right. And you believe she owes the balance, the other half?
The other half.
Your Honor, I'd like to present the title to the car. It was a gift that William gifted me in my name only from the day one that we bought it. There was never any talk of paying him back or it was a loan. It was a gift.
That's a lie, Devin.
As far as the repairs on the car, I gave him cash at the time, and I think I gave him around $500. And like I said earlier in my testimony, we never kept kept track of what we pay for
Right.
food, bills,
Right. You
common
behaved as a
costs.
married couple. I know.
Right.
We made an agreement at that time, though, because it was such a large
Quiet, sir.
purchase.
Go ahead.
Yes, so I believe that we paid for it equally. He put cash down. I also put cash down. And like I said, I don't nickel and dime everything I bought for
Right,
him.
and I'm not going to either. Your $5,000 for emotional distress and a refund. What is
Yes,
that
well,
for?
Your Honor, once I finally got the courage to leave, the harassment started.
Tell me
I
how.
received multiple text messages and phone calls from him. He's contacted me 300 times over 2 months while I responded
You
26.
show that evidence? You have that evidence?
Yes, this is the evidence of how many times he's texted me in the last
300?
300 times, Your Honor, and I responded to his 300 texts 26 times saying, please stop contacting me
Sir,
or calling
what do you say
me.
about that?
I'm saying that there's something skewed here because the only time I tried to contact her was for her to get the rest of her stuff out and to try to arrange some sort of a agreement.
You contact her over 100 times. She says 300. How about just 100? Did you do that?
I may have contacted her in the 50 to 75 range. I don't know what you're holding in your hand
Those
there.
are from Verizon, Your Honor. I
Is
printed
this 300? You
Yes.
highlighted?
I highlighted my responses.
Okay.
I couldn't highlight 300
Let's
text
see, all
messages. I think
these are the
exact
same number. Is it
is,
your number, the last four numbers, 2233?
Yes.
All right. And what else?
I have a police report, Your Honor.
A police
After
report?
he has been completely talking and texting me, he says he will find me at work since
see.
he's no longer allowed
Did you
to
do
talk
that,
to me.
sir? Did you
Yes,
tell her
Your
that?
Honor, and I
He
have
told you
evidence that proves exactly what I said.
You admitted. Did you said you track her down at work, right?
Your Honor, when
Yes.
I talked to the
All right,
officer,
that's
Yes, Your
enough,
Honor.
ma'am. That's enough. And your amount you want for rent is what?
the amount I rent for rent is around $2,200.
And that's based on what?
Well, for the last year that we lived in the residence, I paid all of the rent.
Well, we were doing the swinger thing for a while, and
You wanted me to do the swinger thing, Billy. I was never okay with this, Your Honor.
but she did it.
I was
and
uncomfortable. I never did this.
Go ahead.
You look pretty comfortable, Dev. You look really comfortable, actually.
Defendant Devin Carroll dated the plaintiff, and she says he abused her and surfed the internet looking for prostitutes on a daily basis because he was a swinger.
Now, let me repeat what you all have told me, and so that you'll understand completely how these judgments are formed. One, you started off saying we were married. You married. You. We mixed the bills. We intermingled everything. Now you want me to do a nickel and dime accounting of who is entitled to what? No, I'm going to do like married people do. You split it down the middle. You receive of the $4,050 half, $2,025. You receive, ma'am, $1,000 in emotional distress. You get no rent refund, ma'am. There is no rent that you can get back. You all were living as a married couple. You can't divorce and say, give me what I gave. We're not going to go back and say, I'm going to award you for the rent, for the milk, for the biscuits, for the eggs. We're not doing that. Judgment for the plaintiff, half of what he's asking for. $1,000 for you. Have a good day. That's it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Devin, I didn't realize it was that bad for you.
It was that bad. I told you every day, you are the lowest scum on earth. And I would say, you need to run, girl. Get the hell out. And any other person that you ever come in contact with that is as as you are,
I
then
really
I'd
see
just say,
like
well,
someone
I'm
who's
sorry.
honest, and
I'm sorry for
he's
you.
a-
And I'm sorry for you, Billy. You
I'm
are
sorry.
the scum on the bottom of my shoe. You.
Very angry. You are very angry. Hey, Devin, that anger is just going to eat a hole in you.
No, you can't hurt
It's
me
gonna eat
anymore,
a hole
Billy.
in you.
You can't hurt
I
me
never
anymore.
hurt you.
Yes, you did.
You
hurt me.
emotionally yourself
I'm
up.
done with you.
Why did you
Goodbye.
stay for 2.5
We've been
years?
done. Yeah, exactly. You could have left a long ago.
Too.